Hello everyone. Today I'd like to speak about the 10 steps to defining the purpose of our journey. And the reason for this is because a lot of us are just on our way to reaching a goal, or we're trying to figure out why we want to get there. We don't understand how we ended up where we are now. And so it's really important to break these steps down one by one and to tackle them in order for you to get to where you want to be in a healthy way and to really understand the purpose of the journey that you're on. So the first step is to recognize how we got to where we are. So you may have gotten to where you are because of life circumstances that you couldn't control. It could have been something to do with losing a job or losing a loved one or going through a divorce. It could be that you've graduated and now you don't know what to do. There are so many ways and so many reasons for you to end up where you are now. But whatever it is, whether it's a positive or a negative reason, you really have to understand where you are now and how you got here, because these circumstances will lead you to where you want to be next. So the second thing is why we're unhappy, because if we were happy where we are now, we wouldn't be reaching for another goal. We wouldn't have another destination. We wouldn't want to better ourselves and to create something more. So why is it that you're unhappy? Are you lacking something? Are you missing something? Are you tired of the same old? Or do you want to explore new horizons? Do you want to maybe relocate? Do you want to find a partner for life? Do you want to find the right career? What is it that is driving you towards the next phase of your life? And number 3 is what's missing. What's missing in your life currently that is driving you again to those things? Is it an inner void? Is it something that you've always hoped for that you didn't achieve? Is it something that you're being pushed towards by somebody else? Is it that you're, competing with the Joneses and you want to have what other people have? What is it that is driving you? What's missing in your current situation that you want to get when you finally reach your destination? And then you have to think about what goals you have set. Did you set the right goals? Did you put the right timelines in place for that? Do you have a final destination that once you reach it, you won't have to keep reaching for something more? The truth is that no matter where we are, we're always going to want more. We're always going to want to do better. We're always going to want to improve. So each goal at each time is going to be different. But if you set the right foundation and if you have the right fundamentals from the beginning, then you can use each goal as a stepping stone towards the next one, so that you're climbing that ladder, that you're finally going to succeed. Success upon success is how we get to the ultimate destination. And so we really have to define that as well. Why are you chasing those goals is number 5. So, you have to think about whether you're doing it for yourself or for someone else. And are you using it to step forward in order to get to the next step? Or is that something that you want to just reach and maybe retire there? Maybe it's just finding the right person. Maybe you want to find the right person and then get married and then have kids. And so it all basically is an evolvement of who you are and your identity. Number 6 is who we are doing it for. So are you being pushed by someone else? Are you doing it for yourself? Are you doing it because you want to prove something to someone else? Are you doing it because you want to show off? Are you doing it because you just want to make a mark in the world? Who are you doing it for? Are you really doing it for yourself? Because if you're doing it for yourself, you have to answer all of these questions. You owe it to yourself to discover why you're doing this. Number 7 is shedding the layers that you've had up until now, the facade. So often we go through life and we don't even realize that we're conforming to other people. We're adapting to certain situations. We are taking on things that we normally wouldn't. It's not us. We're not so happy doing it, but we take on more and more and more because we want to make other people happy. So there comes a point where you have to really look inside and say, okay, who am I? What is it that I want? And how am I going to get there? Because if you are taking on these layers and almost putting on, like, cloak after cloak or garment after garment, eventually they're going to weigh you down. Eventually you're going to lose yourself in them. Eventually it's going to get too hot, too sticky, and you're going to just want to escape. So before you reach your boiling point is where you start to shed, start to let go of those layers. And as you let go of those layers, you are revealing your true essence. You are looking inside of you. You are discovering who it was at the beginning that you were and who it is that you want to get back to. And so it's really important to shed those things and to really connect with yourself on a deeper level. Number 8 is quit people pleasing. It comes at a high cost to you. Yes, you can try and make other people happy. Yes, you can try and do things that will please those around you. But what happens is when we give too much of ourselves and when we put our own needs and desires aside, then again, we're losing ourselves and we are just there to keep the peace. We're just there to show others that we can do it. We're just there to prove something to someone else. And we're not really doing it for ourselves or with ourselves. We're kind of just going with the flow and seeing where it's going to lead us. And you have to stop doing that. You have to be true to yourself. Otherwise, you're going to live a life of misery. You're going to live a life of just doing it for other people. At the end of the day, you're going to be left with, what have I done? What have I done? What have I become? Where am I now? And how do I get back to my essence? So before that happens, let's try and cut back on those. Then you need to replace bad habits with good ones. If you've often said yes to everything, you have to learn to say no. If you've often sacrificed your own happiness for other people, you have to learn to put yourself first. If you've often done things that you don't like to do just because that's the norm, you have to stop following. You need to be a leader. You need to create your own happiness. You need to create your own standards and live up to them. You need to know your self-worth. You need to know your self-respect. So it's really important that you know who you are, where you're going, and why you want to get there. And build good habits, maintain them, because nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to take care of yourself. And then the last thing is staying true to yourself and knowing your purpose and living up to it. Everybody has a destination. Everybody has goals. Everybody has something that they want to strive towards. It's up to you how you're going to get there. It's up to you why you want to get there. But you have to do whatever you can to do it in the right way. Because, again, nobody's going to live your life for you. You get one chance at this life and that's it. It doesn't mean that if you've made a mistake, you have to stay with it. You can always fix it. You can always go back. Every day, every morning is a new chance for you. Every moment of every day is a new chance for you. You can stop the cycle now. You can say no more. From this moment on, it's all about me. From this moment on, I'm going to do what makes me happy. From this moment on, I'm going to do what's best for me and those around me. So you have to learn to put yourself first and to be honest with yourself and true to yourself. But the only way to get there is through self-discovery, and you really have to define the purpose of your journey. So these are the 10 steps. I will put them in the description of the video, and then you can follow them. I do provide coaching on how to do this. I know it's really hard for some people. They don't know where to start. They don't even know how to be honest with themselves, and you need to have that dialogue. Think of it as, if you were in your friend's shoes, or if your friends were in your shoes, what would you say to them? What advice would you give them? Wouldn't you want the best for them? So why don't you want the best for yourself? And then that's how you're really going to get to the bottom of where you need to be. So if you want more information, if you're interested in discussing it further, please let me know. I am reachable by email, private message, and phone. anytime, reach out to me and I'll be able to guide you through it. If you like this video, if you found it valuable, then please give it a thumbs up. If you think other people would find it valuable to listen to and view, then please share, because sharing is caring. And if you'd like to get more content that's just as valuable from other videos, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day, and I hope that the rest of your lives are going to be as amazing as you deserve them to be. And we'll see you next time.